The cries of a newborn echoed through the dimly lit maternity ward of Enugu General Hospital as the sobs of the grieving widower filled the corridors. Uzodimma clutched the weak, lifeless hand of his wife Ugochi as tears streamed down his face. She had fought courageously to bring their daughter into the world, but her heart had given out in the struggles. Nurses bustled around the room, but the only thing Uzodimma could see was the lifeless body of the woman he loved. "Your daughter, sir. She's alive and healthy," one of the midwives whispered gently, holding out the tiny bundle of joy. Uzodimma turned to look at his daughter for the first time. Her brown eyes, innocent and wide, searched the room. "Kamara," he murmured, "that will be your name." Bright like the moon, he cuddled her in his arm, but grief clung to him, heavy and suffocating. Uzodimma had been unlucky with marriages. His first marriage ended in divorce because his first wife was unable to bear him children. Though, after the medical report showing that the wife was having a medical problem, even though the medical problems will be solved with time and with the right medications, the wife felt unhappy and she felt unworthy of the love that Uzodimma showered on her, despite the fact that she was the reason they couldn't bear children. Uzodimma was patient, wanting to wait until God's time, but she felt impatient and insecure, and she asked for a divorce. After she left Uzodimma, he was devastated, and 1 year after, that was when he married Ugochi. He was living happily with Ugochi until he lost her in the cold hands of death. 5 years after Ugochi passed, Uzodimma did his best to raise Kamara alone. His once-driven transport business demanded his attention, and though he loved his daughter, he struggled to balance work and fatherhood. When a family friend introduced him to Ngozi, a vibrant young woman with a charming smile, he saw hope for companionship and a mother for Kamara. Kamara, with her wide smile and trusting nature, took an instant liking to Ngozi, who lavished her with gifts and attention. For the first few months of Kamara meeting Ngozi, she was very happy because Ngozi was loving and caring towards her. After Uzodimma's marriage with Ngozi, everything was going fine and life felt almost perfect, and Kamara was happy. "Kamara, my dear, come and sit beside me," Ngozi would say, braiding her hair with gentle fingers. "You are so beautiful, Kamara. You are as beautiful as your mother." Kamara bowed, feeling loved and accepted. She whispered to her father one evening, "Mama Ngozi makes me feel happy, Papa. She is so good and she is gentle with me. I love Mama Ngozi so much." Uzodimma, watching his daughter's delight, felt he had made the right choice by marrying Ngozi. And finally, when Ngozi gave birth to her son, Nnanna, everything changed automatically. Uzodimma was so happy on the arrival of Nnanna, of himself, and he was proclaiming, "I am proud of myself. My family is now complete. Thank you, Jesus." His joy knows no bound, but he didn't know that it came at a cost. "Kamara, come here. Go and fetch me water. Go and fetch water. Fetch water and be pouring it in the bathroom. Just be pouring water in the bathroom. Okay?" Ngozi said, with her voice commanding, her tone sharp and unkind. The affection that once colored her voice was gone. "But Mama, there is water. Water is rushing in the bathroom. I have assignments, Mama. Can I go and do my assignments?" "I say go and pour water in the bathroom. Be pouring water there. That is your work. You have to keep busy, Kamara, lazy girl. And don't talk back at me. You nonsense girl. Do I look like your dead mother? Eh? Do I look like your mother that you be questioning me?" Ngozi snapped, her eyes narrowing. "And you have to do what I asked you to do. You don't have to question me. Just do them as I have instructed. And secondly, Nana is sleeping. Do your chores quietly and don't disturb him." Ngozi would always send Kamara around, even asking her to do the things she see clearly that is bigger than her age, and even when those things are not necessary. The demands grew daily, and the punishment followed swiftly if Kamara dared to complain. Uzodimma, consumed with pride over the family he thought he is growing, failed to notice the changes in his household. "Ngozi, tell me that you are neglecting your chores. Kamara," Uzodimma said to Kamara one evening, his tone stern as Kamara stood trembling before him. "Papa, that's not true. I haven't been ignoring my chores, Papa," Kamara stammered as her voice broke. "Papa, I have been doing my work." "Your mother won't tell lie, Kamara. Your mother will not tell lie." He struck his hand on the table. "Respect your mother and always do as you are told, Kamara. Don't be a stubborn child. Do you hear me? I don't want to hear any complaint again." Kamara's heart shattered. The man who had once held her close now looked at her as a burden. "But Papa, I have been doing my chores, and you know I am obedient too," Kamara said, defending herself. "Kamara, I don't want to hear your voice again. Just do as I have told you now. Always respect your mother, and that is final." Years passed, and Kamara's life became a daily trial. She woke up before dawn to fetch water and pour in the bathroom, as Ngozi had made it a work. Not because the tap was not rushing, but she always wants Kamara to keep working. She also prepared food and scrubbed the floor, while Ngozi's son Nnanna grew up pampered and carefree. "Nnanna, come and eat," Ngozi would always call to Nnanna, setting a plate of steamy jollof rice and chicken before him, while Kamara sits beside Nnanna at the dining table without anything. "What about me, Mama?" Kamara asked hesitantly. Ngozi scoffed. What is it about you, Kamara? Did you cook the food? If you want to eat, and you cannot wait for the leftovers, if there is any, and you think you are impatient that you cannot wait, go and look for your mother to give you food. Do I look like your mother, Kamara? And don't ask me that stupid question. Get up from that dining table and go and look for what to do. Despite the fact that Kamara does all the house chores at home, sometimes she go to sleep without food. As Nnanna grew older, his behavior worsened. He stole from neighbors, fought with other children, and sometimes his mother will blame his actions on Kamara. Ngozi defended him at every time. And she will also sometimes punish Kamara for whatever that Nnanna will do. Your daughter is a liar, Uzodimma. She's a very big liar. And secondly, she's the one that is spoiling my son. Can you imagine teaching my son how to do bad things? I can't wait for your daughter to leave this house because I am tired. She wants to destroy our son's name. All the time she will be lying. Can you imagine? Uzodimma believed her. His heart, once warm with love for Kamara, had turned cold under Ngozi's manipulation. He believes everything Ngozi would tell him about Kamara. At 16, Nnanna was tall, brash, and reckless. Kamara, now 20 to 21, carried the burden of the household that barely acknowledged her existence. One afternoon, while she swept the front yard, Nnanna cornered her by the shade. His eyes were dark with a dangerous glint. "What are you doing?" Kamara asked, stepping back nervously. He grinned, blocking her path. "Don't act so innocent, Kamara. You have grown now, and you are beautiful too. Kamara, I have noticed." "Let me go. Let me go, Nnanna," she cried, pushing against him as his grip tightened on her wrist. "Remember, I am your senior sister, Nnanna. Stop." Panic surged in her chest. Don't worry. Even though you are my senior sister, it doesn't matter. You will learn to like it," he whispered. Kamara screamed and shoved him with all her strength. He stumbled, cursing as she fled into the house. Breathless and trembling, Kamara burst into the living room where Ngozi and Uzodimma were seated. "Papa, Mama, Nnanna tried to... He tried to... Shut your mouth, you shameless girl. It has gotten to this stage that you want to seduce my son. He tried to do what?" Ngozi's voice was sharp as a blade. She rose to her feet, eyes blazing. "You dare accuse my son? How dare you?" "But it's true, Mama. He tried to abuse me. Yeah, I just ran from him, Mama," Kamara sobbed. Uzodimma stood slowly, his face hard. "You would shamelessly accuse your own brother? Kamara, get out of this place now. No, Uzodimma, please. It will not end like this." Ngozi shot at Uzodimma. "This girl is leaving my house. I have tried for her. You know I am not her mother. She have to leave my house. Come back here, Kamara. Go and pack your things and leave my house." Uzodimma stood as Ngozi commanded his child to pack and leave the house. "Leave my house now. And for you, Uzodimma, if Kamara didn't leave this house, I and my son will leave. Because this is getting up to hand. Why would she accuse my son of something like that? Uzodimma, in short, I want you to throw her things out of this house immediately. Kamara have to leave this house. She has done enough. And you know, I have tried for her as well. She's now a big girl to seduce my son. Papa, please, Papa, don't allow her to throw me out. Please, Papa." Kamara clenched his arm. He watched her as Kamara cried so much with pity in her face. Kamara, you have to leave. You have to leave. Okay, your mother say you should leave. I don't have anything to do now. It's out of my power. But why will you accuse your own brother? Uzodimma muttered. But Papa, I didn't accuse him. It's true. He tried to take advantage of me, Papa. Shut up, Kamara. I want you to leave this house now. Leave. Immediately, Uzodimma packed Kamara things and threw it out of the house as instructed by Ngozi, because he was afraid of losing his son, whom he cherished so much. As Kamara left the house that evening without any destination in mind, she was walking through the street, not knowing anywhere to go. She was stranded, and destiny brought her to a gate of Madam Ebere, a childless businesswoman known for her generosity. Madam Ebere was childless, and she is a divorcee who left her husband because she was unable to conceive for her husband. After the divorce of Madam Ebere and her husband, she made up her mind not to remarry, but to stay on her own and make money. She just came back from abroad few weeks ago before she found Kamara on her gate that morning. She found her huddled near her gate. She was cold and hungry. "Hey, what's your name, my dear?" Madam Ebere asked gently. "Kamara. My name is Kamara," she whispered, her voice hushed from crying. Madam Ebere knelt beside her. "And what are you doing here, if I may ask? You know that this place is not safe for you. Did you sleep here?" she asked. "Yes, ma. I slept here. My father and my stepmother threw me out of the house, and I don't have anywhere to go. That is why I was tired and I decided to rest for a while. I didn't know when I slept off till this morning." "It's okay, my dear. It's okay. Just come in. You are safe now. Everything will be fine. Okay?" Madam Ebere took Kamara in. Under her care, Kamara found warmth, comfort, and a mother's love she had never knew. Kamara, I want to enroll you in school. I don't know if you would like to continue your education. And you can call me mother, because I don't have any child," Madam Ebere said to Kamara one evening as they were eating in the dining room. "My name is Madam Ebere, like I told you. You can call me Mama if you wish. Okay? I want you to know that I am harmless. And if you take me like a mother, I am ready to take you as my daughter. Feel free to talk to me and tell me anything you think. Okay? Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you for accepting me. Thank you very much." Madam Ebere enrolled Kamara in school. Kamara continued her university education. As Madam Ebere nurtured her talents and dreams, Kamara worked tirelessly Her heart fueled by gratitude. By 26 to 27, she became a lawyer, determined and focused. Back in Uzodimma's home, life unraveled. His business was almost collapsing, and sickness claimed his strength. Ngozi, ever selfish, abandoned him, taking anything she could lay her hands on. As for Nnanna, driven by greed and recklessness, 6 years ago, after his attempt to molest Kamara, he joined a gang of armed robbers. He was arrested with 3 others at 17, and that became the final blow to Uzodimma's pride. One evening, as Kamara sat with Madam Ebere, Kamara, my dear, I want to discuss something with you. I want you to know that in this life, forgiveness is very important. I think you should visit your father. He has a lot to explain, Madam Ebere suggested kindly. Bitterness only hurts the one who carries it. And moreover, you don't know what your stepmother might have did to him that made him to care less about you. I think you should visit him to know how he is faring. Okay? Kamara signed. But Mama, he threw me away like a garbage. Why will I go and visit him? I don't think he wants me. I am okay with you, Mama. You are my family. Look, if my own father would throw me away, and I have you now, I think I have a mother and father in you, Mama. I don't want to go. But Kamara, you have grown into a treasure now, let me tell you. Madam Ebere said, smiling. You should go and visit him. Okay? Okay, my dear. Believe me, I have a feeling that something was wrong. Go and visit your father. Okay, Mama. Anything for you. I will go tomorrow. The next day, when Kamara arrived, she found Uzodimma weak and alone. His hollowed eye filled with tears at the sight of Kamara. Kamara, he whispered, you came back? She helped him to a hospital, staying by his side as he fought to recover. I'm sorry, my daughter, Uzodimma admitted one morning, his voice shaking. Ngozi lied to me. Ngozi manipulated me. Although that is not a good reason to abandon you, my child. I am sorry. I am sorry for everything I have done to you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Please, my daughter. And another thing again. Do you know that Nnanna is not even your brother? He is not my son. His mother lied to me. After I married her, she went and got pregnant from her ex-boyfriend, whom I had was a criminal. And he is late now. She destroyed my life. She deceived me. And she made me to maltreat my only daughter, my only child. Kamara, Please forgive me. Please, my daughter. Kamara listened, her heart heavy with sorrow and anger. Please, Kamara, please. He wept as he pleaded for forgiveness. I forgive you, Papa. I don't have anything to say. I forgive you. But I have a woman who took me in now. She is my mother and my father. I will forgive you, Papa. I don't have choice because that wise woman told me that bitterness only hurts the one who carried it. But Papa, I have forgiven you. I am no more bitter within me. And that is what matters for me. I forgive you, Papa. Thank you, Kamara. Thank you, my daughter. I would like to meet this great woman. If you don't mind, I would like to thank her after I leave this hospital. I would like us to meet, please, my daughter. I want to thank her for everything she has done for you. What even I, your father, couldn't do. I will want to meet her and to thank her. It's okay, Papa. I will tell her when I get home. I will make an appointment so you will get to meet her. Thank you so much, my daughter. May God bless you. That evening, Kamara told Madam Ebere about his father wanting to meet with her. And Madam Ebere accepted. And weeks later, after Uzodimma had fully recovered, they had appointments together at a cafe. As Mr. Uzodimma stepped into the cafe, his confidence strayed momentarily, faltering as his eyes landed on the woman waiting for him. Ebere, he blurted out, his voice tightened with shock. The woman turned sharply at the sound of her name. Her expression, a mixture of surprise and disbelief. Uzodimma, she said, almost breathless. Her eyes widened as she took in the sight of him. What are you doing here? Like it has been ages. I should be asking you the same question. He replied, recovering slightly. I heard you traveled out. And ever since then, I haven't heard anything from you. Anyways, I am here for a meeting with Madam Ebere concerning my daughter. I am here to thank her. And I guess you must be the Madam Ebere. What a word, she said, as she repeated again. What a word, her tone laced with irony. I suppose that's me. And you are Kamara's father who requested this meeting, I guess. Jesus Christ. Immediately, the both of them hugged each other. As they sat that evening, enjoying the moment and the memories from the days they were together. Thank you so much, Ebere. As Uzodimma began, thank you for everything you did for my daughter. The devil almost destroyed my home. Let me say that the devil destroyed my home. And this devil was in form of a woman I married. Thank you so much, Ebere. Thank you for everything. I will forever be indebted to you. Thank you. As they ended the meeting that evening with so much joy on their faces, after reconciling for a very long time, Madam Ebere decided to tell Kamara the outcome of the meeting when she got home. Kamara, darling, Kamara, where are you, my baby? You can't imagine who I saw. Not even who I saw. Do you know that your father is my ex-husband I told you about? What a word! Kamara shouted. You mean my father is your ex-husband? Yes, my dear, Madam Ebere replied. You know I told you, your father is not a bad person. He is never a bad person. Thank God I followed my instinct and decided to tell you to go and see your father. Because your father was very nice to me. Kamara, let me tell you, me and your father, we were so young when we got married. Most especially me. I loved him so much. And he loved me too in return. Your father's wish was to have a big family because he was an orphan. And having a child or children was his biggest wish. After we got married, a year into our marriage, I found out that I couldn't bear him children. And after all medical treatments, I couldn't still bear him children. Despite the fact that your father wanted children and family, he was nice towards me. He never used the fact that I was the one who was having the problem to blame me at any time. But the good, I was feeling so insecure. I was unhappy. I was never happy. And despite this, your father was so nice towards me. But I decided to file for a divorce because I loved him so much, watching him every day, standing by me. Why I couldn't fulfill his wish? Kamara, it was so painful. But the most painful thing is leaving the man I loved so much. I was so devastated. And your father too. He was broken. But I had no choice. I had no choice then, my dear. I had to leave him so that he would be happy. You know this saying, my dear. If you love something so much, you have to let it go if you really love it. If leaving that thing will give that thing joy or peace. That was why I left your father. We never quarreled. And ever since then, I vowed never to remarry. And that is it, Kamara. Your father is a very good man. Meeting him today, I felt alive again. Uzodimma. Madam Ebere narrated the story to Kamara while she smiled. God is great, Mama. And look at us now. Faith has brought the both of you together. And Mommy, what do you think? Do you think you will remarry your first love again? Kamara asked with curious. Kamara, I don't know. Don't ask me. The most important thing is that I have met the man I was waiting for all my life. And we don't know how it's going to go from here. You know, your father is a nice man. And I think I still feel something for him. She laughed, and Kamara laughed back in return. A month later, while Kamara was at the shop right, after she finished her shopping, she saw a ragged, mad woman muttering to herself. Kamara, 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 the woman shouted. Kamara, you are stupid. Kamara, you are mad. Uzodimma, you are stupid. As Kamara turned, it was Ngozi. Kamara stared at her, her heart unmoved by pity. Justice had come in full circle. Kama never forgets address. Kamara muttered to herself, "May God have mercy on you, Madam Ngozi," she whispered, walking away. As week went by, Madam Ebere and Uzodimma rekindled the old flame as they kept in touch, talking on the phone. And Uzodimma, on his part, tried to revive his business. Kamara also lived a life of purpose, guided by love and justice. Her pain had forged her strength, and her triumph was her legacy. The end. This story teaches that resilience, kindness, and forgiveness can overcome life's greatest hardship. Why deceit, greed ultimately leads to downfall, true strength lies in character, and love can be found beyond blood ties. So guys, if you like my stories, you can support me by subscribing to this channel, liking my stories, sharing them to your loved ones, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you will be notified when I upload our next story. Bye, and see you in my next one.